Hey, just a heads up. If you want to get way more unpopular opinion in your life, head over to patreon.com/unpops. You can get every episode of every podcast we do completely ad-free for just $5 a month. We do 10 episodes a week. That's 12.5 cents per episode. You don't have to listen to them all. You'll want to because they're all really great, but you don't have to listen to them all. We're not saying you have to have that much free time, but if you do have that much free time to kill, Unpopular Opinion is a great way to do it because we put out a whole lot of great podcasts that you should be listening to. $5 a month. You get to hear them before the rest of the world. The benefits are nearly immeasurable. I mean, they are, but you know, just playing around with words. Anyway, patreon.com/unpops. Go sign up. And even if you don't, we love you anyway. Thanks. Enjoy the show.
El futuro tiene nada más que la confrontación.
Hey, welcome to Unpopular Opinion. I'm your host, Adam Todd Brown. I used to write a bunch of weekly columns for a bunch of internet places, and I would use those columns to put forth all sorts of crazy opinions. Then, I'd come on this show to defend those opinions. Now I don't really do any of that shit, I just do this show. Joining me today, she is one half of the duo who hosts the Hard for Cards podcast, which you can check out everywhere fine podcasts are downloaded. It's her first time on the show, and we're happy to have her here. Ladies and gentlemen, Lauren Brenner. Also joining me, she is also one half of the duo that hosts the Hard for Cards podcast, which you can still download wherever fine podcasts are downloaded. Maybe download this one a second time while you're there. Ladies and gentlemen, Miranda King. It's going to be a great show. Hey, everybody. Welcome to Unpopular Opinion.
Hi, Unpopular.
Again with the voice, Jeff. That's not your voice.
They call me Voice Jeff. You get it?
Wait, who's unpopular?
I mean,
Our opinions, I guess. Yeah. No, well,
That's fine.
it's just the name of the podcast.
Yeah.
Unpopular
I was just
Opinion.
wondering if you if you were like, this guy, he sucks. He's
we're both
unpopular.
pretty popular.
Yeah,
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I was getting that vibe.
Oh yeah, no, we both do great.
Got a pop vibe.
Like the other hosts.
Yeah. I would think I would say most of the other hosts are
Just really unpopular.
kind of trash
There are
people.
other hosts?
Yeah.
But me and Jeff are
This
really
is a network.
really great.
Okay, so Unpopular Opinions, a network?
Yes.
As well as
but
well as
you
This
have
is
the
the-
freedom
this
to
podcast.
talk
This
shit
is
about
the-
the other hosts on your
Because it's
network.
my network.
Yeah.
I
This is
own the network.
Very New World Order
So,
of you.
I get
I
to do-
love that.
Cunty.
I get to do all the things.
Cunty.
We have the windows.
Dude, you got it. You're missing the.
Oh,
Missing the
yeah,
cunting.
geez.
We said cunt like 4 or 5 times.
Well,
now.
because we have the windows all the way open for one of the
beauty of the
first
world.
times ever.
It's beautiful.
And there's just something that keeps flashing, like some motherfucker is trying to contact me via Morse code.
Well, I put this prostitute up there on the bridge with a mirror, and I was like, just shine in
seems
this
like
in
a-
this window.
Seems like a waste of your money.
Yeah.
Are you kidding? That
No, they're
woman is
friends.
so
It's a
happy.
favor.
You could have had
yeah,
sex
yeah.
with her.
Yeah.
Dude,
Come on.
I mean, I fucked her, but then I was
Oh,
like,
okay.
here's a tip.
Oh, okay.
Here's
That's
a
good.
tip. Get on that roof and
That's it, baby.
flashing a mirror into
That's all, just that
onto
tip.
that floor.
Oh,
that one.
so we should introduce our guests. Miranda King.
That's me. Hi. And this is Lauren Brenner.
No, you, me.
Oh,
Oh, sorry. Did I do it wrong?
No.
So, and you both host a podcast.
We
We
do.
do.
Tell people about your podcast. I'll edit it all out because I don't promote other podcasts on my network.
No,
but
At least you're upfront about it.
Yeah,
you know?
just like-
I appreciate that.
just like you're running your material.
It's fine. You're
Yeah.
just gonna like absorb us into your network, and then that's how you're gonna let it fly.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
We have a podcast called Hard for Cards,
Where we read Destiny cards,
aka
cards
the
of
52
Magi.
card deck, which everyone's heard of. It's just playing cards, but no one knows that they were created originally for fortune telling and then hidden in plain sight as playing cards. So if you think about it, 52 cards, 52 weeks, 4 seasons, 4 suits,
13 weeks in each season.
13 cards in each suit, and then the Joker makes up for the leap year, essentially
It's science.
And then you
It's
have a
basically
card
science.
for every planet. And they include Pluto in the overall aspect, but not in the like main planet aspect. So they even knew that Pluto wasn't a real planet.
So
Well, I had a question.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What,
what's-
what deck of cards do you
The
use
pl-
specifically?
like a
The
use?
playing
52
card
card
deck.
deck.
Just
the
like,
playing
but like
cards.
like X-Men playing
Whichever-
cards, or like
whichever
you
Well,
can
not
bring whatever
not,
you want.
not
we
X-Men
don't
playing
actually
cards.
need.
Why
It's a pretty
wouldn't I?
standard
use that.
setup,
Actually,
Jeff.
you
But I
want to
know,
use
but you can get
you
your
want to
own-
use
Yeah.
actually the original as
bicycle?
yes, because the original.
The original one, like the first
The
one.
first, those
Well,
are
the
well,
only
not
one it
even,
works
not even
with.
the
That'd be
first
dope.
ones, but just ones that don't deviate from the original design. Because not that anything really matters for the numerical cards, because again, the cards are all just reflections of themselves. And the thing about these cards that's nice is you're never drawing cards like, oh fuck, what's my card? They're already drawn for you. So you have a life spread from 0 to 90, and then it repeats again. So it's all about, as the cards are reflections of themselves, accessing the positive or negative side of the
So
energy.
The
should
more
just-
simple the design, the more obvious.
We
But
should
when
just
so
do
the numbers
that
don't
show
matter.
right here.
Yeah,
But-
we should just
That
have
sounds
our
fascinating.
cards
But
read on this
but
podcast.
the
read
thing
your
about the
cards.
face cards is what matters, because when they deviate and it's just like, oh, we have a mermaid for the Queen of Hearts or whatever, they're actually deliberately designed. Like the one-eyed jacks, there are 2 jacks that only show one eye, and those are more likely to lie.
Oh.
I think that's interesting, but also I think
I don't want
that
to find out I'm
our-
going to die like
No,
next
it's
week
not like
on
that.
this
We would
podcast.
While
never
a
tell
jack
you that.
It's
winks at
actually
you
never
We would
like
never-
that.
It's not like
With his
that.
curly mustache.
It's not like that at all.
There will be times
You're
in your
gonna
life
die.
where the cards could be interpreted for like death or something, but
Right.
like that's never the interpretation.
more- it's
I would
always-
never interpret it that
See,
way.
I'd like to
'cause
do it with like a
I like to stay positive.
it's like
the
somebody
thing that well, and
joking.
we always that's how we read. Like you don't need to know the negative manifestation of the cards or like what's possible negatively for you for the next 52 days. Chances are you already know that. You know, like you're already in that space in your head of like what could go wrong.
Right.
What people need to hear is what could go right and what to
hopeful.
focus on, because for example, the 3 of clubs, that's the most creative card.
Yeah.
So if you have that, you have a lot of excessive, almost kinetic energy. So you need to
And-
sit down and write. But
Like
what's
Gambit
the
from the
so
X-Men.
that's the
negative-
positive
the
There
side.
it is.
inverse
But
of
the
creativity.
negative side of creativity is just worrying. You're making
Yeah.
up things that haven't
making up
happened
fake bad
yet
shit
that are
instead
bad.
of fake good shit.
Yeah.
You know.
So
that's
if you
it.
know that in advance, you can stop yourself and be like, "Oh shit, I'm just making up stuff. I should just
Yeah.
sit down and work on my ideas and not
That
be a
makes
fucking
sense.
asshole." And that's just an example. So it's not like tarot where it's like, "Oh, I drew this really scary card. I'm
Right.
scared." It's like, no, these are your cards no matter what.
Yeah.
And it's just accessing the high side or the low side, which is possible in every moment. The
gonna-
Yeah.
potentiality for something good or
I'm
bad.
going to use that 52 card deck and still pull like the devil.
Jeff, too. Jeff's here.
Oh, who's Jeff?
Well,
This
no,
is
it-
Jeff May,
Ah.
my co-host on this podcast.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Jeff.
Jeff, how are you doing?
Things are going pretty good, Adam.
Tell me what you've been up to.
Well, today I
Hit
went
it,
to
Brett.
trade-
You know, the hardest part of the show for me is
Why
the
would you do
first
that?
few minutes. Because I spend all that time asking everyone else what they've been up to, when all I really want to talk about is what I've been doing since last week.
Fucked up your line.
That's why we call this segment This Week in Me. It's about to get really intense. Isn't it, Jeff? No, seriously, though, what have you been up to? I still don't care. Shut the fuck up. That felt good. It always feels good, right?
No,
Fade it out.
no, it doesn't feel good at all.
I mean, you didn't have much to...
I had some apple pie that Angie made, and it was delicious.
Oh, that is true. Angie
There it
made
is.
fantastic apple pie today.
Fantastic pie.
Really good crust. Anyway.
You're really good crust.
You're a really good crust. Anyway, what are we talking about today?
The Good Wife.
The Good Wife.
Holy shit,
Oh,
we're
Good
talking
Wife.
about The
Good-
Good
We
Wife.
are
The Good
talking about
Wife.
The Good
We're
Wife.
going to convince Jeff why he should watch The Good Wife.
Well, Jeff, first
Wow,
of all,
right out the gate.
I feel like I'm not going to have to do much on this episode, and that makes me happy.
Yeah, you know, I feel like you were slightly concerned. And
I mean-
maybe those worries have mostly
Yeah.
gone away.
Maybe
Different
this will
kinds
be
of
a
concern.
3 CD box set.
so
of a
I think
when
podcast.
you're trying to convince him, but Jeff clearly doesn't listen to you that easily.
Yeah, that's why we're here.
Right.
When this edits, by the way, you're not going to remove any of those little moments, the pauses, those pregnant pauses. That
Are you just
it
telling him what to
automatically
do,
edits.
Jeff?
Oh, yeah.
No, like we have it when it's edited. There a lot of like spaces, the like audible spaces get automatically shortened.
Well, not
down.
with us though, because our comedic timing's perfect. So don't fuck with it.
Very.
Yeah, I just don't think there's
consistent.
going to be any pauses. During
Me and
this.
Jeff's comedy doesn't even require timing. It just works.
Yeah.
It works.
It's energetic comedy.
It works in all time fields,
Yeah.
time categories.
It's quantum comedy.
So I have to say, I feel like Jeff does not
That's
want to watch The Good Wife.
That's
I feel
by
like
the
he
way.
doesn't
I just
wanna
want to say
watch
this
it.
in advance.
I think
when I
so,
say
too.
ugh, that means yes.
Yeah.
Not like
okay.
gross.
Ugh, it's positive.
Because I'm, dealing with my own life. It's hard for me to enjoy
negative,
things so much.
depending
So I'm
on
like,
what way you
ugh,
look
I
at
love
the card.
I like that.
Jeff, you were listening, and I like that. I like that a lot. You're
I just
correct.
said ugh when Jeff said something, and he like gave me this look like fuck you, and I'm like, no, I'm not being like gross. I'm being like amazing, but I
Did
have a
not get
problem
that look.
communicating.
I did
It's
not
just
Yes, you
your.
did.
It's just your resting yuck
It's your just
face.
general like vibe, dude.
resting
kidding.
cuck face.
Yuck.
Oh,
Yuck
say
face.
cuck face.
That's what I said.
Oh, there I am.
Resting
I'm a cuck.
fuck
I'm
face.
pro cuck.
we love
you
the
know,
word
no
cuck.
shade.
It's fun.
Yeah, cuck is like the male cunt, except has totally different meaning.
Yeah.
I mean,
well,
you know, it was
cunt is
co-opted, right?
empowering.
Like,
Yeah,
you-
of course.
Like,
I know what a cuckold is.
well, I know. Well, I thought you were using it just in the classic sense of just like
Jeff's
like
trying
a
to take
guy
the
being a
word back
cuck.
for himself.
And I'm just like, isn't that like an alt-right thing
Yeah,
that you're like
no,
super
no,
into?
yeah, I mean it in the co-opted sense.
No,
And
I mean
also
it in the
with
porn
knowledge
way of like
yeah,
you're watching fucking Manuel Ferrara fuck your wife.
Who among us?
Manuel Ferrara, who's actually French.
Who among us hasn't been there?
So,
Okay, he's a porn star. But beside that, you need to be watching The Good Wife. It is the greatest, and I would argue, only great true network drama ever.
the only great.
Yes.
I would
I
say
don't.
of the
I
last
wouldn't-
10
fuck-
years,
fuck the West
I would
Wing.
probably go.
I wouldn't say it's
wasn't
the
it the West Wing
only.
on network? I don't
Yeah,
know. I
it
didn't
was
watch it when it was
ABC.
airing.
I wouldn't say it's the only great
No.
one, but I would say it's probably the last.
Okay, I
Yeah,
would say it's
I
the only
agree.
great one, but also keep in mind I've never watched any other network drama
Oh well, that
because I'm not
Could
into
skew your
it.
feelings.
probably don't
Lauren
need
carries
to.
a willful ignorance about her television watching.
I don't
which
give a
is
fuck.
Cool. No,
Yeah.
it's
My
positive.
my view of pop culture is what it's gonna be.
Yeah.
Doesn't mean it's accurate. Doesn't mean it's up to date. Doesn't mean it's cool.
She watches
it's
what
what it
she
is.
watches. She
I
likes
like
she
what
likes.
I like.
Yeah.
Go fuck yourself. But also, The Good Wife is objectively amazing, and beyond the fact that it's just a good show, it's timely. And now looking back, it just
super timely.
Looking back, it seems timely now, but at the time, it was almost ahead of its time in that, of course, there's like this overarching story, but the episodics, it's still a classic network episodic crime drama. They all get,
Well, yeah, it's
resolved
like they
essentially
have,
every
you know,
episode.
basically your monster of the week or procedural
but
episodes
they're like
where it's
very
like the
timely.
plot is
Like,
moving
for-
forward.
for example,
right, but also
one
a
episode-
case can drop in.
Like they get a case where the client is like, okay, or the case is that someone 3D printed a gun and it misfired, and who's liable? Like
The people
stuff
that
that's
made the pattern, the
actually
people- the person that
interesting,
built
or
it,
like
the people that made the machine, the person that stepped in front of the bullet. Like there's
or
so
then
many
there's like,
It's-
oh,
options.
if someone copyrights a seed and it blows onto someone else's
Yeah.
property,
And those are all
That one's good, too.
Those are all taken from actual court cases. Like Monsanto has sued people for reusing the seeds that they buy from them because
Because
those
they blow
seeds
but
onto
it's not their
property.
are
fault.
patented, and they'll accuse people of stealing seeds and planting them on their farm. And this is all
do you
kinds
remember like there was that article that came up, was it HuffPost or somewhere, about this like secret off the books prison in Chicago where
Oh
people
yeah,
are never
Holman
gonna-
Square. They did.
Right.
Yeah, they did a Holman
Oh,
Square
no,
episode.
But they
That was
did that
amazing.
before
Yeah,
that
that was
that
crazy.
episode, before that article
really?
came out. Yes.
Damn.
Yes.
I did not know that.
They beat
I
that.
think that the article was a result of that episode. They found out
Yeah,
about
that
that
could-
before the article even came out. So when the article
That's
came out,
crazy. I didn't
so
know
Holman
that.
Square is basically this like off the record place in Chicago
It's
where
like
they
a holding cell where you're
Right,
not
but they
actually-
wouldn't-
You're
no one
never
would ever get
listed.
booked.
People can't find you.
You can't
like,
get a
no one knows
phone
where you
call.
went.
Yeah,
It's not
I've heard of it.
You've
Yes,
heard of it.
Yeah.
they just like beat the fuck
But they
out
do
of
a
you
great
and
episode
question
about
you
it.
crazy.
Baltimore had one of those too,
Yeah.
right?
I just watched The Wire.
I think so. Yeah.
Lauren's
The
coming
Wire's
fresh
so
off
good.
The Wire. Yeah.
So fucking good. Jeff.
I bet it is.
Jeff.
Wait,
yeah,
you
we
watched
should.
that?
We
I
should
wanna
just.
I want to
I
thank
petered
Pete
out during
Holmes
the
because I'm
second
never going to
season.
watch that
It
Pete
took
Holmes
me
show.
years
But in
to
the
really get
promo,
through
he
it.
talks about like there's that moment where he's like, "Yeah, how do you tell someone you've never watched The Wire?" And I'm like, "Well, I'm never going to watch this Pete Holmes show, but I'll watch The Wire."
It's not bad. The Pete Holmes.
It's not
Pete
bad. It's
Holmes-
not bad. But The Wire is amazing.
So you've watched the Pete Holmes show, but not The Wire?
A half hour.
And not The Good Wife.
Oh, fuck you. A half hour about stand-up comedy. You think I'm not going to watch a half hour dramedy about stand-up?
Why do you need to watch that? You know all
I'm a
about
comic. Why do I need to watch
Yeah,
that
that's
shit?
why I refuse, like, out of hand to watch any sort of content regarding stand-up comedy.
Yeah,
It's
I'm not going to let that
actually just
motherfucker
stand-up
tell me how
comedy.
I should feel about doing
I'm
stand-up
going to watch that.
comedy.
I'm going to watch I'm
that's-
Dying Up Here. I'm going to watch
I'm Dying
honest-
Up Here is garbage.
I
I'm not going to watch
It's
that.
such
I think
boring
I think
garbage.
Jerry Seinfeld's a hack. Sorry, said it. Saw a film.
Yeah.
You think
Was
Seinfeld's a
he-
hack?
Yeah.
Have you seen him recently?
Have you seen him live?
Have you seen him live?
He is a hack.
Do you? Okay.
Fuck.
I just realized. Do you remember on SNL the Wake Up Bronx or the Amy Poehler and
Oh yeah.
you're that. You guys are that, and it just hit me right now. The Amy
we
Poehler.
don't know what that is.
Did you ever watch SNL?
Yeah, yeah.
Remember
And
when
I know
it
who
was
Amy Poehler
It was
is,
Amy
but-
Poehler and what's her name? Maya Rudolph.
Uh-huh.
And they both were like these like hardcore Brooklyn women that were like.
Oh, yeah,
Except we're just like
yeah, like you guys
hardcore
are
Echo
totally
Park,
that. Like
Silver Lake.
I'm sitting here being like, what? Who are they reminding me of? What team?
Just nightmares.
I think
Like,
that means you're the Maya Rudolph. So
That's
congratulations.
good because I hate Amy Poehler.
I know you do. I'll take it.
I don't know why.
love
Like
her.
I know
I think
she's
she's
funny.
great.
Like on paper, I know she's funny. But she just like irks me,
Fuck Amy Poehler.
dude.
You
Wow.
heard it here first.
I like her. I'm not saying fuck Amy Poehler. I'm just saying something about her irks me.
You said I like her, but I hate her.
Okay.
You just said you hate her.
That's fine. But I also said I like her. So,
That's okay.
Okay.
That's-
Libra. You're a Libra. Okay. It's a fucking balancing thing. Let's get back to
but-
talking about The Good Wife. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. You
mean
like
start
Amy
talking
Poehler.
about-
Jeff, you know who directs The Good Wife?
Who directs?
Ridley Scott.
Ridley Scott directs every episode.
That's why
well, he's
there
one
are
of the
so many aliens
executive-
in
I was
it.
gonna say, is that why Alien Covenant was a fucking turd?
I
Or,
didn't see
yeah,
it.
is he producer or direct? No, he's producer.
He
Right?
was
Are
a
you just
producer
gonna
and
be
he
like a little
directed
shit
some
about
episodes.
everything?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Okay.
No, I was gonna say, there's no way he's directing every episode.
Yeah,
But he
That's
directed
insane.
some
I,
episodes.
mean,
lot of
I
them.
bet he directed the first.
Well, and I mean, he's an executive producer, which
Yeah.
means it's something he thinks is worth putting his
Yes.
name on and,
And
getting money
Kings,
from.
the couple who wrote it. It's a couple, Robert and Michelle King, and they're great.
They're my parents.
They're Miranda's mom and dad, Rob and
They're
Mitch.
not my parents. Leslie and Milo. Sorry.
I read the
Just kidding.
I read the article, the Times article, where it talked about how they ended it, and CBS was like, "Well, we might keep it going," and it was
Yeah.
like this really awkward
They did
situation.
well, now there's a
spin-off.
Are
spin-off.
they? Yeah, they're involved in this.
Instead.
They wrote the spinoff too.
Well,
right?
they're
That-
gonna,
Yeah.
they want monies.
Yeah,
that's-
and they
Who
did,
doesn't
and you
want
know,
money?
there's
Spin-off is
there's
The Good
zombie.
Place.
They did
This-
that over the summer. Robert and Michelle King had that zombie politician summer show that did not do well.
yeah.
Not too well.
So they
What was
needed
that
they
called?
need this now.
It was like
Yeah.
House of Cards meets
Good
I
Fight.
Zombie.
It's one of the first dramas I've seen on CBS with a predominantly black cast. So naturally, it's not on actual CBS. It's
Right,
just
it's
on
only
their
on the
streaming
app.
service.
Only
Of
on the
course.
app.
Of
But I
course.
only ever watched.
But it's
Grey's
because I think it's
Online.
because they say fucking a lot,
Wait,
Yeah,
so
they-
the
Nice.
Good Fight,
don't
The
they?
Good Fight is the spinoff of The Good Wife.
Okay,
and
that's
it's
the
only
one.
available on the CBS
The Juliana
app.
Margulies free spinoff,
Right.
but it's still
Yeah,
good.
but
It's still
Christine-
really good.
But
Slash
Christine
Christine
Baranski.
Baranski.
Yeah,
is
Christine
anchor.
Baranski's dope.
And did you know, by the way, Christine Baranski, in the middle of the 6th season, I believe, her husband of like 15 or 20 years died unexpectedly.
Oh, really?
And she just
Was it
kept
Will Gardner?
he was killed by Juliana
a
Margulies.
reggaeton horn. By the way, I will always tear up at a Will Gardner reference, but no, it was not. It was her real life husband who was in a lot of stuff. He was in, I think he was in.
Wait, was it Miguel Ferrer? Is that her husband?
Manuel Ferrara? No,
No,
Christine
Miguel
Baranski is
Ferrer,
not
not
married to
Manuel
Manuel
Ferrara.
Ferrara.
Miguel Ferrer. I know who you're talking
You know who
about.
I'm
yeah.
talking
Oh, I
about.
think
Thank
that
you.
the porn guy. I was like, no.
But I don't think it was him. I think Miguel Ferrer
No,
was
no,
more
he-
recent.
but I think he was in-
I would see Christine Baranski married to Miguel Ferrer. Like, I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I could see that.
It would work for me. That's all I'm saying.
Matthew
Matthew Coles. Yeah, he died.
Good Googling.
Rest in
everybody.
peace,
Good
Matthew
giggling.
Coles.
Cowles.
Is that a
Cowles.
C or a K?
Cowles.
All right, Cowles for
Passed
sure.
in
Definitely
2014.
Cowles.
So let's
Yeah.
talk a little bit about The Good Wife. It ran for 7 seasons.
7
Jeff,
amazing seasons. Best
7
seasons of my life.
fantastic, life-enriching seasons.
And think about how hard it is to make a show that good with 22
Miranda
motherfucking
is
episodes.
setting the studio on fire right now.
That's our hearts for The Good Wife. Just a flame.
This heart's on fire. So is your studio.
You could probably like turn that over.
Yeah.
and make
Chill
an
out. You don't
extra,
smoke weed. Chill out.
We got this.
5 Emmy Awards. 5 Emmy Awards, Jeff.
Only
Five?
5?
Only 5. I know.
deserved
That
better.
seems like not
It
a
deserved
lot.
better.
Yeah, it deserved
2
more.
for Juliana, right?
Yeah, I think Kalinda won one.
Really?
Yeah, she did her
Okay.
last year, I think.
Archie
which is
Punjabi.
Also, like, inappropriate because
did-
her last season was a fucking throwaway.
Did they?
Yeah,
did
I
they
agree.
win
With
any
her
writing
fucking
awards?
ex-husband was fucking grody. It was
They
awful.
probably did. I just have 5 Emmys in my notes. I didn't.
I think I have the Wikipedia
Siri,
article open.
Tom
so give me a
Cruise's
sec.
daughter did The Good Wife. No, sorry. I have Siri turned off. Sometimes I like to sit around and wonder if Tom Cruise is pissed about the Siri thing.
Well, isn't
Or if
his
he
daughter
made his
Suri?
it happen.
Oh, his daughter. Yeah, his daughter is Suri, not Suri.
Oh,
Siri.
whatever.
So he's extra pissed. He was
Yeah.
that
They
close.
fucked up her daughter's name.
Fuck.
Yeah. Performance. Yeah, Juliana Margulies won an Emmy.
Wait,
as
is this
Alicia
guy the Nine
Florrick.
of Diamonds?
Okay, wait.
She's the Nine of Diamonds, Juliana Margulies.
Is she?
There.
Sorry, no, he's the Four of Clubs. Stubborn ass bitch.
Stubborn ass
Bitch.
bitch.
Stubborn ass bitch.
It's Intensity Eagle.
Oh, one of the
Flies high whenever things get tense in
No,
the
we're
room.
intense.
dude. 2 of those Emmys were for guest stars. Once for Elspeth Tassioni, Carrie
Oh,
Preston.
she's great.
and
She
one-
should.
Yeah.
I would call her
Oh,
a guest
okay, so
star.
Well,
Miranda-
but I'm saying she won an Emmy for that, and the other one was for Martha Plimpton.
Oh wow, Martha
As-
Plimpton's great.
yeah,
Also on The
She's great.
Americans.
As
Miranda
Patty
and
or no,
Nyholm.
no, I'm thinking of someone
Patty
else.
Nyholm, the pregnant attorney that is very
Oh,
rude.
she's such a cunt.
Oh yeah.
She's an
She
awesome
was
cunt.
great there. What a cunt.
She's a real
Sorry.
piece of shit. Sorry.
So Miranda and I have this game that we play, and it used to be tattoos, but we've evolved in our hatred of each other, our best friendship. That we used to want to get each other tattoos, but now it's just going to be a vanity plate.
Uh-huh.
We're
And,
each secretly getting the other one a vanity plate. That's
Sight
the worst one
unseen.
possible, sight unseen. For
And
the
one
other
of
person's
my
car.
like long running faves would just be to get one. I mean, obviously I can't spell it correctly, but to get Miranda a Tassioni vanity plate,
that just says Tassioni, really
or
very niche humor.
or
but
David
Yeah,
worthwhile.
David
no
Lee,
one. David Lee.
DAVDLEE.
Get
David
Chum
Lee.
Hum. That would fit.
Chum Hum.
That's a good one.
I do
the
want to get a
search
tattoo.
engine.
Really good one.
I do want to get a tattoo of the
Oh yeah,
amount.
they're Google.
It's the
they call
search
it
engine
Chum Hum.
owned by Neil Gross, who
It's the
at
Google.
one point there were alt-right trolls on the show who were getting censored from being able to post on his sites. So they started replacing the N-word with Neil Gross. It was
Yeah, so everywhere on the internet, these alt-right trolls posted the N-word. It would actually say the founder of the company's name, the founder of Google's name. And so there was a whole lawsuit based around that.
And okay, for a
My
while,
favorite
I had
thing
this,
about this episode so far is
topical.
how very little Jeff gives a shit.
Jeff.
I
how
told
about
you
this?
at the very beginning, I said he doesn't want to watch it. I don't think you're
No,
going to either.
I think
Honestly,
we-
I think you already decided.
I think we may. No, that's not true.
Jeff, what about this? Okay,
That's absolutely not
There's a
true.
long-running, like, fun little side plot, which I've had for
I
a while.
I
I've always
think
tweeted. I
the-
used to always tweet photos of my double chin at my NSA concierge Neil, who just watches me through my phone.
Sure.
And there's a long side plot on The Good Wife where the NSA is just watching her, and they get obsessed with her.
As they should be. She's
What were
very
you going to
pretty.
say, Jeff?
I was going to say, I think maybe if you were convincing me to watch the show, start big and then get to the small stuff.
Okay, it
Instead
starts.
of just peppering me with tiny
All right.
subplots and guest stars.
you
Well, we just
remember-
told you that and it's also it's not just us, but
I know.
critics also say one of the last
We're right there. We got 5 enemies. We're one notch down into
5
the nose.
Emmys.
Five
Enemies,
and
yeah,
one
whoa.
enemy.
Wow.
the
5
Emmys are
Emmys.
my enemy.
Yeah, they
Okay,
considered
the
one of
first-
the last great network shows to go 22 episodes because that's a thing
Which is
a lot
one
of
of
shows
the
have
last like network dramas to do that.
Well,
that
everything
isn't
does
Right.
10 and
SVU.
13 now.
And you
so-
remember when it started? It was like that summer when Elliot Spitzer and all of those politicians were
Yeah.
getting caught with hookers.
Anthony Weiner doing
And they
his
all had
stuff.
to
But Wiener
apologize
gave
with
us
their.
so much more.
Yeah, he's more than
he
that. He's
Just
a
is
patron
the gift
saint.
that keeps on giving.
So
Yeah,
Anthony
Anthony
Weiner's
Weiner's
he's a
sex
piece of
offender.
work.
He's a registered sex offender now.
He
Puma,
ruined me.
we're
Should
sorry.
be.
Good, yeah.
Puma, we are sorry. I hope you and Hillary are very happy together.
You know they are. They're sitting
You
on each
deserve
other's
it.
faces
you
right
both
now.
deserve it.
I feel like tweeting a picture of your dick and your kid at the same time
To
is a
fif-
mistake
at
you
a
make
15-year-old.
once,
Yeah.
not twice.
Yeah.
Either that or his kid's just photobombing him.
He's
I
an
just want to
idiot.
say,
Either way,
As
it's
an
like that
equally-
BBC video.
as an equally slutty Jew, like I'm disappointed, dude. We deserve better.
Yeah, you
fair.
could be so
The
much
Jews
more
deserve
discreet
better,
than that. The
sluts
Jews are
deserve
discreet.
better. Like I'm bummed. I'm bummed out about Anthony Weiner.
Yeah,
I
but I
think
mean, he's a very flawed person, and he doesn't need to be in office.
I feel like he's one of those
No,
guys
bye,
that
dude,
politically
bye.
should have been taken
Yeah.
behind the barn and shot a while ago.
Yeah.
Well, it's just
Like-
amazing how he continued to make horrible decisions.
Yeah, like that's a person who needs to just like you need to put a bullet in him, not literally, but like his career and like like he should be chemically castrated.
Has
Well,
everyone
yeah, but
or
he's a
else he'll-
sex offender now. He's
Yeah.
done.
has
Yeah,
everyone
he's
seen
gotta
the Wiener
stop him.
documentary?
Oh,
I actually
so
haven't.
funny.
Chunks
I
of
loved
it, yeah.
it.
It's intense.
It's hysterical. It made me really have a soft spot for Huma.
Oh yeah, of course.
I
Like
feel so
it-
bad for her now. At first, I was like, "Oh, she's just Hillary Clinton's like fucking the tongue for her clit." You know what I mean?
Exactly.
She's actually so much more than that. She's also the tongue for Anthony Weiner's dick. But I'm sorry. No, Huma's amazing. No, Huma's
Wiener
amazing.
just
I feel bad for her.
looks so
but it's a great
sleazy,
documentary.
too.
Yeah, he
Like,
really does.
He acts like he looks.
He'd
which
be
is not all
selling
the time.
cars if he wasn't a
Like
politician.
a lot of times when you see when a politician that gets into a sex scandal, they look always like really like, oh, I wouldn't have expected that from that guy. But with Wiener, it's like, oh yeah, he looks like a guy that would
No,
do
he
that.
looks
Like,
smarmy as fuck.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah,
He's got that,
it just
like-
mostly took longer than you
got
expected.
that Frank
back to The
Stallone
Good Wife.
perm.
The husband who does the hooker fucking on The Good Wife is Mr. Big from Peter
Oh,
Knopf.
thank God.
Do you know? Do you know? Are you familiar with Sex in the City?
I've heard of it. Yeah,
Yes,
I'm aware
yeah.
of the character.
You're aware of
Mr.
the.
Big,
He's like, I've had a girlfriend before.
You've,
I've never watched the show, but I'm
well,
aware. of
Jeff
the
is
existence.
sold.
Yeah, I'm in.
so he plays the cheating husband, which is very apropos.
And he goes to jail, which I like. It's not like, and also The Good Wife sort of.
So it all starts with the scandal.
Yeah, but it's not like a happy ending. Like a lot of network dramas, I feel go light.
like
and
Scandal.
Yeah, no, it's not like that at all.
I mean,
the good thing that
Scandal
you
is
want to
like-
have happen never
Scandal's
happens.
a show where everything that happens, you're like, that would never happen. Like that show's ridiculous.
and
Scandal's-
The Good Wife is very real.
So
The Good
over the
Wife,
top.
to me,
So
The
over
Good
the
Wife
top.
is
And the
real
good,
because
the Good
I
Wife
think
keeps it very real.
we can all relate to those moments of extreme excitement for something, just to have your like hopes crushed. And there's a lot of that
Yeah, that's-
in The Good Wife.
One thing that's interesting, without giving it away, the ending, the wrap up of The Good Wife, not a happy one. Like you would
Amazing though.
you would expect with a CBS show that
Still mad.
it's going to end.
I honestly thought that was the
I
best
loved the
finale I've
end.
ever seen.
I feel like a lot of I think Breaking
Artistically
Bad
done.
was a really good example of how you can end something
Yeah.
not
Where?
necessarily on a
Sorry.
high note. Breaking Bad.
It
Yeah.
was like
That
that, but
was an
imagine,
amazing
but it
finale.
wasn't.
That was a great
Imagine, but
finale.
imagine if Breaking Bad did a perfect circle and it ended with
With
that
the
same
trope from
ending,
the
that
pilot.
same sad ending, but with the exact same format as the pilot. You're just like, oh fuck. It was like
pretty great.
And the Good Wife, what it's also nice about it is also it's cinematically done. Like it's very artfully done.
right.
When it
Okay.
has a visual language that they reuse over and over again that both references like courtroom dramas and real life, like it calls attention to the artifice, I think of it a lot of the time, but
Yeah.
like in a good way.
And it's not just an episodic thing. Like there are arcing storylines
Overarching
that
stories
run
Yeah.
through
Oh,
it.
that's
yeah.
the main
Well, and
part of
different
it.
And
clients
Alan
like
Goddamn
the vamp.
Cumming is one of the lead characters.
Eli
From
Gold.
Romeo and Michelle's high school reunion.
Yeah, he's one of the main
Spy
guys.
Kids.
Nightcrawler from the first 3 X-Men movies.
From Romy and Michelle's
Just
high school
X-Men too.
reunion.
Just 2.
Just
He's
X-Men
the
too.
Well, that's
he's
the
the
only one we're
funniest
talking
character
about,
on the
so.
show too. He's like
Great
a cunt
character.
on the show.
Well, and the actress that plays his daughter is a character. His
She's
daughter's a
very
character on
funny.
the new show as well,
Right. Yeah.
and she's
is great.
funny as fuck. Just like
Well, and then there's this the real overarching story of The Good Wife is this like never fulfilled love triangle, or like never to give it away, but it's like the it is episodic, but
I would
But
say that
never
it's actually
fulfilled.
about Alicia.
it's about her.
And so it's about Alicia and the people that she loves. Alicia is the good wife.
What-
so the way that
Juliana Margulies.
What I like is it's just a really well written show. It's
well-
really well written. It's funny. Like it's funnier than
It
you would
is.
expect a CBS drama to
when
be.
it doesn't talk down to its audience. That's
Right,
the biggest thing.
right.
It's smart. It's like really smart.
It's
And
a
the fact that-
smart show, and it tackles really smart issues and a really
Is
like
those-
there's an episode where they're trying to get a stay of execution
Oh, that's
for a guy
so
on
hard
death
to
row.
watch.
And it is one of the best hour. I almost put it on the list cast about best TV episodes ever. It's one
I
of
cried, for
like
sure.
if nothing else, just go watch that episode because you can like jump in and you'll get
What
the
is it
gist.
like called? Like 17 hours or 9 hours? Or
Yeah, it's something like nine.
It's something hours.
9 hours, I think.
It's in
And
season 2. It's like the end of season 2.
No,
Yeah, it's in the
it's
beginning
later.
of season.
Is it?
2?
It's
No, it's in
season 2.
season 2, definitely. And it's one of the best hours of television I've ever seen. It's just
I cry every time I've watched it. I've cried.
I'm like
it's
getting
it's
upset
like
thinking about it.
like it's not action packed.
Well, I guess I know how it ends.
no, I mean,
Yeah,
you don't.
no, you don't.
No.
But it's
And it's-
effective.
And
It's-
that's what I
is
like
it makes
about
you
The Good
feel the
Wife too.
feelings.
Is it's not like SVU where you're like, well, I know they're gonna solve it or whatever. Like
Yeah.
sometimes they don't solve it. Sometimes the bad person gets away and you know it.
And sometimes the bad person's the good person.
Yeah.
Sometimes
Like it's
they
very
realize they were
realistic. Like
wrong.
sometimes, yeah, not the right thing happens. Just like in life, sometimes not the just thing happens, and it's fucked up, and you're upset.
Yeah.
So it's like any justice system in America.
Yeah, it's
Yes.
just like
Well,
more
it's-
accurate.
Yeah,
than
it's-
the
It does
television
speak power
shows
to
of
it.
the same kind.
There's not always the happy sort of.
No, and like a
denouement.
lot of a
They
lot
do
of
not-
the
the good guys do
episodes
not win.
are interesting.
Most
like
of the time.
and some of them, like I think the writers are speaking truth to power. Like a lot of the episodes are like, okay, it's a class action against this pharmaceutical company. You know, so they are still bringing to light real issues and being able
So,
to
like-
speak about them in an intelligent way. And I even worked for a lawyer, and like, so I work in this law office, and I'll say this or that. I'm like, oh, this is hearsay or that. And I'm like, oh, where did you learn that? And I'm like,
From
The
the good
Good
wife.
well, I
Wife.
watched The Good Wife, my friend. So sorry. Yeah, I'll like pipe in. He'll be on a conference with a client, and I'll be like, put it on mute, and I'll be like, well, blah blah blah. And he's like, good idea. And I'm like, well, yeah, watch The Good Wife twice.
There it is.
Okay.
Yeah, they'll bring
It's a
up
career
shit
boosting show.
that if
Very
you
smart.
that
If you pay
Google
attention,
it,
you'll
you're like,
learn.
oh, really?
They're right. It's not like some of the shows you watch are like, oh, well, that's. Oh, sorry. I was watching an episode with the lawyer. I just like we put on a random episode and something happens and he just goes, oh, well, that would never happen. They would file a this or that. And the next scene is them filing a this or that. And he was like, oh, like it's very
Apparently,
true to life.
A lot of lawyers are now TV writers. Like a lot of people
Yeah.
leave law so they can go and
Well,
get
it makes
into
sense.
writing.
It's like a
Yeah.
puzzle, I guess.
Yeah, well,
a
there's
soulless
that.
well, and they
puzzle.
are
think
doing performing a play to the the audience of the jury.
And pre-law, not everybody takes criminal justice. You know,
Right.
a lot of people take
But
like,
they all do
writing and English
cocaine.
musher. Got to know the law to get
Well,
around
like
it, right?
one of the best villains on The Good Wife is played by Michael J. Fox. And he's like a very complicated villain because he has like late stage Parkinson's and they play it up the whole time. And
I
he
don't know who that is.
You don't stop it. Shut up.
Who is that? Can I get a short background on Michael J. Fox real quick?
So he was like a chill kid. He did some movies like back when we were a
Are you
kid.
kidding?
Yeah, he's kidding.
Yeah, I'm alive. Of course I'm
Oh, but
Michael J.
I was
Fox.
born in the 90s, so I'm like, I mean, I barely know who that is. I know who he is from The Good Wife.
Lauren, have you ever seen
Nope.
Back to the Future? Yeah,
Nope.
I didn't, yeah. So
You ever seen The Frighteners?
No.
The Frighteners.
what?
That's my go-to. That's my go-to
What the
MJF.
fuck is that? That sounds terrifying. No.
Was
Called
that,
Frighteners.
No,
was it,
bro.
who directed that? It wasn't Guillermo del Toro.
No,
it was the other one.
Wes Craven.
No,
isn't it?
no, it's Peter Jackson.
Yeah, Peter Jackson.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Same-
but
same thing.
that's the other thing about The Good Wife. A lot of really, really strong characters. It's not just
Oh, very
driven by the main. Like there are supporting characters who can carry entire episodes.
Well,
I like that they got Michael
two
J.
of those
Fox.
5 Emmys were for guest stars.
yeah, Elspeth
know?
Tassioni, who
Who
what
was
is
played by Carrie Preston.
Carrie
She's
Preston.
like a quirky
Did you ever watch,
alternate lawyer.
What's the True Blood? Have you ever seen that show?
I've never
she
seen her in
was
anything.
on True-
Yeah, she's the
That's-
redheaded
that's who
waitress
she was.
on True Blood.
The
yeah.
waitress on True
And
Blood.
now
I thought
she's
you guys
on
were just saying
Claws.
Kelly
She's on
Preston's
Claws
name
now.
wrong.
Nice.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah,
Thank you.
Elspeth
No,
Tassioni
we are
is
not
a
saying
great
Kelly
character.
Preston's
We
name
can
wrong.
speak, bro.
We can speak, bro.
No, the
and we
show's
can
great.
speak,
And
bro.
Gary Cole
Oh,
is
okay,
on the
this
show.
lady.
Gary Cole has a great, and he's been in everything.
Everything. He's on Veep, the best show on television.
That's my favorite show. He was Ricky Bobby's dad, and
Oh, Gary Cole.
Gary Cole.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
He plays
Lundberg
the
in Office
husband.
Space.
Yes,
You
exactly.
mean
the
Carlos
husband-
from I Spy?
Oh, now you know I.
You mean
Spy.
Harvey Birdman from Attorney at Law?
Yeah.
Oh my God, I didn't put that together until right now. That makes me very happy. He's great on the show. He plays Christine Baranski's husband.
There's
Which
like
is-
They should be
redneck,
together, right?
Yeah,
not
it's
redneck.
beautiful.
But
it's
on the
very
show, it's
beautiful.
great because he's like a
He's like a
right-wing
right-wing
conservative type, and
gun
she's
guy.
super duper liberal, and they fall in love anyway.
then
Jeff.
they
Oh,
get
just
married.
like what's his name? Jim Carville and his wife.
Oh yeah,
It's
yeah.
very
Yeah, except
cute.
she's a liberal lawyer and he's a ballistics expert that like testifies in court and knows all about guns. He's just
And
there
his
to
last
shoot
name's
guns.
McVeigh, just as
Yeah.
a LOL.
Yeah,
LOL.
it is a total LOL.
Oklahoma City. That was
And
funny.
and one of the
OKC,
one of the
LOL.
main characters is this amazing. It's played by Archie Punjabi, this like bisexual private investigator who's always wearing like knee-high boots and like this like tight ass vest.
He
like,
likes to
she's-
investigate privates.
It's a lady, and she
He
does.
likes to investigate privates.
She like fucks all the cops to get
Kalinda
access.
Sharma. Well, or it just shows them her boobs. We don't.
Yeah,
really
she
know.
doesn't fuck
She's very
'em all.
secretive.
She's got
We
other
don't know.
tactics.
We don't know what she did. She did. Her
Yeah, that's
thing.
true.
Yeah.
But she
What
has
do
a really
behind closed doors, you know.
she is a really great character.
She's a great character. She's very like
Strong
strong and mysterious.
and
That's
a
why-
badass and scary.
So in a
she a Republican or a Dem?
She's a nothing. She doesn't vote. She
Oh,
has
yeah,
too many
she's one of
fake.
those-
She has
she
a fake
doesn't
ID.
moral.
She doesn't
She's
let
totally
information
amoral.
like that out, Jeff.
Yeah.
Like she's not that kind of.
No,
I was
you
hoping
can't
to
get
get set
anything.
up so I
Like,
could make
let
a
me
show
tell you
and
this:
Dem titties joke.
we could never read Kalinda's cards because she would never tell us
She'll
her
never
birthday.
tell us her birthday. She'd lie to us over and over again.
Oh yeah. Speaking of Kalinda, that's one of my favorite things about The Good Wife is all of the behind the scenes drama.
Yeah,
Which
it makes me
it's-
uncomfortable, honestly.
Yeah, it's my
But that does make you uncomfortable. Drama makes me uncomfortable. It makes me thrive.
I didn't like that it kind of came to a head with them filming their final scene.
I don't
And
like
Not
that.
even in the same
screen,
room.
yeah.
Yeah.
Well, here's the other thing: is I kind of don't believe it exactly. Like, I think probably it was a matter of scheduling and convenience, and everyone was like holding. They probably didn't like each other. They were each holding their ground about like, I'm not traveling for this, I'm not traveling for that, and that's just how it worked out.
And it may have worked out that Archie Punjabi happened to be in New York at that time, but who's to say 2 months in advance when the shooting
Yeah.
schedule comes out where anyone's going to be? And like having done
Well,
the
aren't you
research and listened
contractually-
about the like Betty Davis and fucking Joan Crawford feud, and whether or not that was
Yeah, but
even real.
when shooting starts, you're contractually obligated to have priority to
After
to
6
shooting.
or 7
this
seasons,
was like
are you?
so.
Yes.
So the way that it was
Yeah,
at least
but they
what
do what
Archie
they want.
Punjabi says about the scene where she's like her last scene on the show.
And this is the Bend It Like Beckham girl.
Yes, the Bend It Like
Okay.
Beckham girl who plays the bisexual private. Did you ever see that movie?
Yeah, was that
She's
her?
that's
The main
That's
girl?
her?
Linda Sharma. Yeah,
The main
Yeah,
girl?
It's Archie. Yeah,
I'm learning so much on this
I
episode.
love her.
Even I knew that, Adam.
yeah.
You don't know Kalinda. She
Yeah, you
drinks
don't even
milk.
I know
Yeah.
Bend It Like
Did you
And
Beckham.
Google
tequila.
Yeah, she
On
drinks.
the way here.
Kalinda
cool.
drinks milk the way you eat eggs. It's
Also the
really
way I
great.
drink
Like
milk?
I've never seen another TV character who will just be in the office with a tall frosty glass of milk.
Oh, that sounds
Which-
so good, right?
Such
I don't
a-
recall
I know.
that,
I lo-
but
Really?
yeah, I guess we.
Judy loves
noticed
milk.
different stuff.
She was way into milk.
Nice tall
I
frosty
noticed
glass
her
of
love
1%.
of drinking.
I'll roll with that.
There's
Yeah.
a lot of drinking in the show. It's set in Chicago. They're
Yeah,
lawyers.
they're
A lot of
partiers.
great business suits if you give a fuck.
I'm surprised that there should be more like people just eating chicken wings and like giant
Yeah.
pizzas.
what?
definitely
No,
like to
trust me.
drink.
There's plenty of people
Hot
eating
dogs with
chicken wings
trash on
and
them.
pizza.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, how
so
about
the-
that court case there now, huh?
So
Huh? Get it? Chicago.
Oh, jeez.
that was a good one, Jeff.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
That was
It's
very
almost
good.
like
The good
were you
one.
quoting?
The good one.
No, I'm not. You're looking at me for a sound effect for that, and you're not going to get it. It
the good one. Thank you.
Oh, that was not very. Oh,
was a gunshot.
is that what that was?
Well, it's set in Chicago, so.
Oh. So what I was saying before is like the great thing about The Good Wife is that it's morally ambiguous. Like one of the best villains is played by Michael J. Fox, who has like this debilitating disorder that makes him behave a certain way, but he like goes in and does the same spiel in court every time, and you can see right through him.
Like he fakes
And, like,
it
he
more
fakes
than
it
it is.
more
Like
in
he's
court
fine,
and
but
all
then
this-
he gets in court and
Yeah.
he's like, well, and Your Honor, you can see I can barely stand. You know, he like
yeah, and it
plays
always
up.
turns it around. It's always like, well,
And
Is
I
he right
actually
to use
think
it? Is
that
he
one of
wrong
my
to use it? Is
favorite
he,
villains.
like who's selling out, who's not selling out. Like
It's like the blind lawyer
then
in
there's
Arrested
this
Development.
Yeah.
character
Yeah.
on the show, Colin Sweeney.
Colin Sweeney is the best character.
did
One of
you
my
watch The Good
faves.
Fight? He's back,
Yeah.
baby.
Who's
Yeah.
Colin
He's this
so
like
happy to
Who
see
is
him.
that?
he basically represents every corporate millionaire who's been able to get away with blatant crimes.
And he's like, a perv.
he
He's like
he
this
kind of
pervy
basically
bajillionaire.
murders his wife and gets away with it, but he's the head of some
Nice.
hedge fund.
Yeah.
And then he keeps getting caught with bodies,
very
but he
rich.
won't stop. But he's
And
so kind of
definitely like a
smarmy
pervy
and charming. So you love him.
Yeah.
He's
But he's
smarming.
also he's so
always
bad.
like, whenever the subject of him killing his wife comes up, he's always like, "Oh, you know I didn't do that."
Or he makes a tasteless
or
joke.
did I?
You're gonna hit enter on that? So
Yeah,
I can take a
because
look
I
at
want
it?
you to see who plays him
Dylan
because
Baker.
yeah,
Dylan
you'll
Baker.
recognize the
Yeah.
face.
And he
That guy.
Oh, it's Dylan Baker.
It's that guy. He plays Colin
so
Sweeney.
funny.
Is one of my favorite characters of all time.
Oh, and I know that, I mean, you guys are both dudes, but let me just say, The Good Wife has a constant parade of hot sluts on there.
yeah,
You've
male
got-
and female.
You've got, Juliana
like
Margulies.
Slutty show for
I like
sure.
sluts.
They're hot. You got
We love
Margulies as the
sluts.
good
We
wife.
love
She's
sluts.
beautiful. You got
She's
Chris
great
Noth
wife.
as the husband. You got
Slut.
Josh Charles as Will Gardner, hot slut. Christine Baranski
Hot
brings
slut.
it with the neck jewelry. I would get a tattoo of a Diane
That's
Knock
from our
Lockhart
tattoo game.
statement
I said I was
necklace.
going to get her a chest piece of a Diane Lockhart statement necklace
Yeah.
for the
I like
the side
Then
I
you
would
have
probably wear that.
Jeffrey Dean Morgan comes in as the
In
Well,
hot
I mean, come on, we
slut.
all want
Jeffrey
fuck
Dean
Jeffrey
Morgan. Yeah, who doesn't want to
Just
fuck that guy?
Dreamboat City.
Uh-huh.
You mean the guy that
Magic
gets
City.
a ticket in Fred Claus?
I originally remember him from Magic City. Did you guys watch that show?
on
Stars?
Stars. Yeah.
Stars.
I do not remember that show.
There's this fat mafia guy who has a mirrored
He's
ceiling.
He's the bad guy.
Ben
in
Diamond,
Wonder
and he
Woman.
gets on the
Dude, that guy
top
plays the bad
screen,
guy in
and then he
Wonder Woman.
watches his young wife masturbate through the mirrored ceiling. And my thought was always how's this fat ass not falling through the mirror? Come on, it's 1920.
right?
Sorry.
So yeah, lots of fucking, lots of drinking, lots
a lot
of
of
fighting.
fucking, drinking, a
There's
lot of
shooting,
intellectual shit.
some shooting
I like
on
shooting.
the Good Wife.
There's a lot of death.
Lamont, but speaking of hot people, Lamont Bishop.
Lamont
Luke
Bishop.
Cage.
Hot. Yeah,
do
the guy
like
that
Luke
plays.
Oh,
Cage.
he-
Luke Cage is in it.
I didn't
That
even
is
put
my
that
third.
together until
That is my
now.
third favorite
Duh,
Marvel
Miranda,
series on
come on.
Netflix.
That is that he plays
You didn't know
a
that.
Yeah, I
he
did.
plays Chicago's biggest drug dealer
Yeah, I
in that
did.
show.
Okay, I believe you.
Stereotype.
No, but he's very hot.
Is Common on there? If Common doesn't have his,
I feel like he
I'll
does
be
have a
pissed
hard.
I feel
if
like Common
isn't
has
on
like
there.
1 to 2 episodes.
Yeah,
gotta
Does
have Mark
Common
on
have an
there.
I
episode on there?
think he might
I feel like
If
have
he
does.
been
doesn't,
on an
I'll be
episode.
fucking livid.
But
if
the
he
dude
Get the
didn't.
who
fuck outta
plays
here.
the dude who plays
Classic
his-
white male aggression against.
I'm protecting Common
I'm
on
just
this
kidding.
one.
No, the dude who plays Lamont Bishop's right hand man is also the guy that plays Bodie in The Wire.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah.
And Lauren watched The Good Wife and then she watched The Wire, and I was like,
fuck.
"Isn't that fucking crazy?"
Yeah.
Fuck, I'm still.
I know.
Also, there's this thing that happens in the Good
Oh,
Wife.
his storyline in The Wire. Oh,
Fuck,
the way it
he's so
ends.
good.
But you know it's
Oh, it
gonna happen. He's
Yeah.
got, Bodie has to die.
Yeah.
He was the facilitator of
many
so much
spoilers.
death.
Rest
But
in peace, Bodie.
The thing here, it's
Bye, bro.
on the Good Wife, this thing happens, and it's the only thing on TV that's happened. That's a thing that happened in my life.
It actually happened in your life.
I'm not over it.
So the story of this episode. Are you ready to talk about Will Gardner?
I think enough time has passed that I
Miranda.
can talk
Okay,
about.
so Miranda and I lived together,
Yeah.
and we were about together on the Good Wife.
Wait,
watching. it
maybe
the
we
first
should
time.
talk about. So my mom would always talk about The Good Wife. It was her favorite show, and I'd be like, "Mom show, never gonna watch that, Mom."
Yeah, that's how I felt too.
blah,
My
blah, blah.
my
Oh,
girlfriend talked me into watching it.
CBS, The Good Wife. Oh, okay.
Right.
And then finally, I started watching it, and I was like, immediately. And this is when we were living
And she
together.
tried to get me to watch it, and I was like, "No way."
and I was like, "No, bro, it's hell of good."
I'm telling you, Jeff.
it was
it's
hella good, but
Dude,
we
I
all
thought
had
it
the
was a
result.
mom
hella
show.
good.
I thought it was a
Without
mom
Common, which he was not
so
on
then,
it.
So then Miranda watches the episode, and I think we all know it, if you've seen it, what we're talking about.
Oh yeah.
And
so we're watching it together on laptops.
I'm about to,
in
like,
living
fall
rooms,
asleep.
etc.
and Miranda like puts me to bed, which is odd because we always would like fall asleep. But we had this like big
TV,
L-shaped
like-
couch, and we would just fall asleep.
Like smoking
And she was
weed,
like,
watching
"No,
TV.
Lauren, you should go to bed tonight. Let's not watch another episode." And I was like, that's weird.
Because I knew what was going to happen in the forthcoming episode, and I was
Oh,
like, "You
yeah.
can't watch this while you're half asleep."
Yeah, not
Like,
because
this
I
will
used to
fuck
work
up
at
your
this
dreams for the
boutique
rest
that
of your
were,
life.
Like, closed at midnight, so I like get home late, and then I didn't understand. So the next night I got home and Miranda was out, and I just like went into my room and like watched this episode of The Good Wife, where a very important character dies, and I was not expecting it. I had not read any of the spoilers.
Yeah, she had no spoilers. She had no idea.
I had
Oh,
no
wow.
idea.
And I
Condolences.
I come home from my like table waiting job.
I was
later,
up
and
and
she's
I was
just,
up
like,
all night.
sobbing
I
on the
literally
couch.
didn't sleep. I mean, just like sitting on the couch, just like, oh my god, like devastated. Like I've had friends. I know, I've had very close people to me die, and it was like that. I was just like, oh my god, I'm just going to like sit and stare off.
Not to bring up. Well, I mean, to bring up the
yeah.
comparison again. It's not unlike how Omar Little's character ends on The Wire, which is it's
so
just
upsetting.
It's like, I mean, at least in Omar's case, it's kind of the same thing. You know,
I
it's
knew,
gonna
but
happen.
with Omar,
Yeah.
I knew it was coming the second he was going back from Mexico, or wherever. I was like, "Fuck, he's gonna die." I'm so
yeah,
sad.
but,
you know,
but
but
the
you
way
don't-
it happens is so sudden and
so,
unexpected.
like,
I actually knew
hurtful.
it.
Yeah.
As soon as
So,
he
like,
went into
fake
that
and
shop,
real.
and I heard how peaceful it was, I was like, "Oh fuck, he's gonna get shot right now," and I just knew it.
Well,
But okay, so I watched The Good Wife the first time. I was so devastated when I saw that happen, and we all know what I'm talking about. I'm trying not to give you too huge of a spoiler.
Will Gardner
he
dies.
already knows.
Really, I hope
he
that's
knows.
viciously
You guys
murdered.
mentioned it like 6 times before we
I
got in this room.
know, but like, who cares? And
I
then
would.
No,
okay,
But he's resurrected on the
on
Unbreakable
the
Kimmy
on the
Schmidt.
finale.
Oh,
He
it's
comes out on
really
the finale.
been giving
But
me
also,
life.
Yeah.
when I rewatched The Good Wife, I just magically like fell asleep for that episode and like the 2 after it, and like just never went back. So it's like I'm not fresh on that event, and I don't think I can ever revisit it.
Yeah.
I rewatched it so
I
that
can't.
he has a client that loses his shit
Fucking
in court.
Silas from Weeds.
Who is the kid that plays Silas?
Yeah,
in Weeds.
Silas from
So like, I
Weeds.
could never watch Weeds ever
Cunt.
again because he kills Will Gardner.
Oh.
Yeah, it's very emotionally affecting.
So like he kills his own lawyer?
yeah,
Yes.
He sure
like
does, Jeff.
I had
accidentally.
a friend. I had a
maybe.
friend when I was a kid. His father was a lawyer, and he was murdered.
in
What?
court.
That's so cool.
In
It
court.
was, yeah, it was when I was in 8th grade. Yeah, his
Whoa.
father. Well, no, it was his father was a divorce lawyer, and it was a double murder suicide. The husband, he was the lawyer of the wife. The husband murdered the wife, the lawyer, and then the husband killed himself.
Yikes!
Where
Town.
was
Yeah.
that?
That's crazy.
Isn't that fucked up?
That's fucked
Yeah.
up.
He also owned a baseball card shop. His dad owned a baseball
Yikes.
card shop.
Creep. What a creep ass.
I got a Ryan Sandberg rookie card there.
I got a
Nice.
Ryan Sandberg royalty guy and a murdered wife.
Wait, let's
Oh, cool.
smoke that outside because it's getting.
Getting
Jeff
serious.
doesn't smoke.
Apparently, I do now.
Yeah.
Even
Yeah,
have the
Jeff's
option.
probably high.
Breathe,
but
Jeff.
we're almost done anyway. I feel like we're not going to convince Jeff
Jeff,
to
you
watch
gotta
The Good
watch
Wife,
the show.
or anybody for that matter.
Let's frame him for a crime, so he's got to be on house arrest.
Well, what do
and
you-
then he's got to watch The Good Wife.
So in this
My
scenario,
car's broken.
Norm,
I'm basically under house arrest.
And you have
then
to look
watch
up.
The Good Wife. What the fuck else are you watching? Bob's Burgers. Watch The Good Wife.
Watch The Good Wife, Jeff. What's your problem? It's on
And
Netflix.
Juliana Margulies. Okay, and
is
if
it on
not-
Netflix now?
No, it's on
It's on
Hulu
Amazon Prime.
and Amazon Prime.
And if for no other
I've been seeing
reason than that now, I love Juliana Margulies so much that I don't even change the channel for Chase commercials.
right. And if you watch The Good Fight,
Right?
the volume on her Chase commercials is like twice the volume of
loud.
anything on that network.
It's in a rider. It was in
yeah,
their
it's like you're
contract, yeah.
watching it, and they just really don't want you to forget about Juliana
She's
Margulies.
like, I just want it to feel like my voice is sitting on the viewer's
They
face.
should show that old SNL episode she hosted, the one where she chews up the food and spits it in
Oh.
Chris Kattan's mouth.
I recently watched
yeah.
it.
That's such a great episode.
Great episode.
That had the it was the Crocodile Hunter.
She actually does that on The Good Wife.
Steve
a couple
Irwin
times
and
too.
Juliana Margulies are the guests.
Well, it's Chris Kattan plays.
right. Sorry.
But wow, Chris Kattan heavy episode, that
Yeah,
Juliana Margulies
lot
episode.
going on with Chris
fantastic, fantastic episode of SNL.
All right.
If there's just one thing I want to say about The Good Wife, it's like it's you know how you usually watch TV and you feel like this is so obvious, everything's so stupid, like network TV.
Yeah.
Like, think about Bones or Castle or SVU or any of those shows where it's like they're very.
I always thought SVU did a
Well,
lot
SVU
of, like, twists and
deals with some like
turns and-
moral stuff,
But
at least. So, like, it's not
the Good Wife
complex
makes
ideas.
SVU look like it's in the same category as those other
I don't know.
shows.
I think as like a human being, it was really nice to see a network TV show that didn't talk down to me at all. That assumed I could make
Yeah.
the like mental jumps from one idea to another, and it wasn't obvious and didn't make me want to kill everything.
It sounds like the way you guys are describing it, it's sort of like a throwback to those like really classic 80s dramas that were on network.
I don't know, but
Like the ones that were like really, really strong.
Like-
But it
What?
also
Yeah.
teaches you about. I mean, I learned about the structure of the government. I learned about like special prosecution and like courts
Bitcoin.
and fucking Bitcoin.
Yeah,
I learned
totally,
about and the
that Bitcoin
NSA and like I learned a lot from watching it. Actually, like it's very factually correct and like timely and interesting, and not of the viewpoint where you feel like, oh, I'm getting spoon fed what someone wants me to believe. It very well represents both sides of every topic.
I agree.
And Juliana Margulies is beautiful, and her suits are impeccable.
Oh, impeccable suits. The fashion.
like
very
that
good.
suit.
All right. Should we get to let's do some comments.
Comments.
Here we go. You know, it's a big world out there. It's easy to feel like the things you say don't even matter. I want you to know that's not true, except Jeff.
Hey.
We call this segment Your Voice Matters, where we read your stupid fucking comments from the past
6, 7,
few
7.
shows and respond to them personally. Fuck you, Jeff. Fuck you. Fade it out. Fuck you. Should we read some comments?
Yeah, let's read some comments.
Yeah, let's do it. I like how this one starts. Gabrielle Ferrer. I disagree with Jeff. Arizona has terrible teaching budgets. Plus, there's a ton of inner city schools here, and it's not easy teaching kids when most want to fight each other. I went to one of those schools.
Be a better teacher then.
Jeff shit
in
on
there.
teachers in the last episode and said
This-
they don't
this
really
is
have
so
as
funny.
said they don't really have as hard of a job
As society
What
has.
do you? What do you do?
What do you do, Jeff?
I'm a retired teacher.
Oh, okay.
Taught for
Why'd
10
you retire if it was so easy?
it wasn't nearly as hard as like society likes to pretend it is. I get that it's a noble profession and you're never going to get wealthy doing it. I totally understand that. Again, that was my life path for my entire 20s.
But you never got to take Snapchats with your students and deer faces.
But it's not the thing that
I never
everybody
even
is.
thought of that.
No, I'm kind of just saying that people are idiots too. But I don't agree that it's easy. I don't agree with Jeff.
But none of us have been a teacher except for Jeff, so I have to believe.
I'm
that-
I'm
also-
telling you,
yeah.
like, it's one of those things where it sucks when you have a job that's underappreciated, and I get it, but like society exalts teachers, and first off, like
He's not backing down.
30%.
Oh, no.
30% of the teachers that I met were the dumbest people I've ever met. Like that's
I agree
one
with
thing
that.
people
That's
seem
why
to
I mean,
do.
I
finally
know
learned
some
to
girls,
drive.
people. I know people becoming teachers or who have that. I'm just like, I mean, wow, yikes. But
I had
like,
teachers
okay.
that I taught with that I had as teachers, and I was like, man, you're a fucking moron. I had no idea I even paid attention to you.
Well, but most people are morons, you know,
And a lot of those
myself
people get into
included.
teaching.
We're like,
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
a lot of those people get into everything.
People can do anything, even morons. This is America, dude. Even be a president.
I also like how this comment starts. Jonathan King says, Adam is right. The British version of The Office is awful. An opinion in Britain that is unpopular, I know.
I don't know if it's. I wouldn't say it's awful. I just say I hate when people exalt it over the American version.
Yeah.
That's
I
bullshit.
like Thassos.
I gave that comment a little real-time like as
that.
we were
Yeah.
recording. What were you going to say?
That this guy just goes straight for like the meanness, like fuck Ricky Gervais's ugly face. It ruins the show. He's like, yeah, fuck his face.
He's got a point. He has a point. Where did this comment come from?
I had mentioned something about how those guys that like to complain about the friend zone, how they're the worst. I
Oh,
forget
yeah.
where it
Yeah.
came
They
from.
sure are.
And there's,
They
and
sure
there-
are.
And like, there's no such thing.
Yeah.
And apparently, it made Bailey Wiggle.
Do you want to read it, Jeff?
Bailey Wiggle
Please
says, "Oh
do.
my God, that whole quote you say you like nice guys thing just made me shudder. Unpopular opinion: there's no such thing as the friend zone. It's just a made-up thing to help people cope with their crush doesn't like you back. Friendship is the baseline, not a cage she put you in."
Amen, Bailey.
Bing, bing, bing.
Yeah, that's the friend zone is just called having friends. It's not the friend zone. It's not.
Yeah,
a thing.
no. If you don't want to be my friend and you just want to rape me, go fuck yourself.
I mean, I don't think they want to rape you. That's a big jump, isn't it?
I think it's more like the idea of when you are a woman, sometimes people invalidate your existence if you don't want to fuck them.
Yeah, it's like,
And
oh,
so,
fuck
like,
you.
it's more of the idea of rape. I'm not talking about an actual rape.
Yeah, no, of course. It's just like,
Fair enough.
but the friend zone thing is like, oh, we can't just be actual friends. If you're not fucking me and I don't want to fuck you, then we're not having a real
Like, also,
connection.
who notices, who, like, is like, oh, is this person fuckable or not before they decide what kind of, like, friendship or relationship they want to have to them?
You know what? It's
Terrible,
It's funny.
terrible
I will
people.
say this though: there is also the sort of the when you're attracted to somebody, there is the veneer that somebody's a way better person than they actually are.
Oh, absolutely.
And when that's taken off the table, sometimes you're like, like what? No,
Oh, there are
this is
certainly
way
people I
different.
don't talk to because I
Like
don't
am,
fuck them.
I am out.
Yeah.
I've bailed on things where I was like, where it was like, once I realized I'm like, this isn't going to be a thing.
Right,
I'm
but you
also
didn't
like,
complain about it.
No,
you were
I'm
like,
Yeah.
I'm
just like,
friend
this person
zoning
fucking
you
sucks.
in my
What was I
mind, and we're
thinking?
just not
But
friends.
that's
what that
different
means.
than being like,
Yeah.
oh, we're friends
Yeah.
and she won't fuck me.
Yeah, I've
I'm in
never
the friend
complained
zone.
about it, yeah.
No, being my friend is dope. I mean, fucking me is
lucky
dope, but also
you.
being my friend is dope.
That shit's
Yeah, look at
fire.
Miranda. She's so happy.
Yeah, I'm so happy. We're friends. I'm so happy.
Enthusiasm.
Enthusiasm.
Jill Jam Joom coming in with probably the best comment of the week. While it's not getting shot, I charged a bear that was attacking a coworker. I live in Alaska, in parentheses. You didn't need to tell us that part if you're charging a bear. And that was a fucking killer high. Saving the day is like crack.
Right?
I bet.
Fuck yeah.
I bet fighting off a bear is a great high.
What's her name? Jill Jam Jam.
Jill Jam Jam.
I would
Jill
like.
Jam Jam.
I would like to follow her
The
on
rural
Twitter.
juror.
Triple J, we call her, as of right now.
When I was in high school, a friend of mine got punched across the table, and I jumped onto the table and jumped onto the person, and I rode that high for the remainder of the day.
That does sound pretty great.
And
Like
that's why
that-
they
that-
call you Jill Jam June.
People like that was a week of people talking about that. I bet at work every day people are like, don't forget the bear.
Yeah.
You did the bear.
Yo,
like
you
every
did that
time
bear
she goes
thing.
in.
That's fucking.
If you've ever had to pay for coffee, your coworkers are shit.
One time I worked at this
Yeah.
24-hour cafe, and this crackhead rode a bike into our like indoor-outdoor ATM in the entrance, and then fell into the drink case, and that was like sort of the same thing. We talked
Basically, the
about that all
exact
week.
same thing.
That's also a great story.
That
It
is.
was awesome.
David says, I'm in my 30s and have never seen any of the Star Wars movies. I've tried multiple times to watch Star Wars 4 and have fallen asleep each time because it's boring as shit.
Whatever. You can have bad taste.
Imagine writing that
I love
down,
this guy.
like on the internet and being like, other people have to read this.
I wanted to read it.
The episode itself was all about our unpopular opinions. Like because the name of the show,
Yeah,
like,
that's
we
what
never
it is,
do
right?
that.
Wait,
So on
what?
that
We don't get
specific
anything.
So that episode, well, that one specific episode
Was about your
was actually us bringing them to the table because we never do that.
So what
And
was
now-
the what
then
was the one
comment-
he's talking about?
I think he just saw it as a green light. I think a lot of people posted their unpopular opinions.
Oh,
on
gotcha,
this one.
gotcha.
Yeah. And here, I tried to watch Rogue One the other day and couldn't.
I
fuck
liked
with
it.
All right.
I liked it.
I
I
couldn't
saw it
get
in the
into it.
theater. I feel like I have to see movies like that in the theater, otherwise I don't give a fuck.
Yeah, I paid
Like, it's
money.
about the experience.
And still wasn't into it. Now, the Belko experiment, on the other hand, it's good stuff.
Genocide said, I think an unpopular opinions episode should be in regular rotation, either as part of the main show or maybe as a list cast. Pretty much every host has an interesting opinion with good arguments, and it makes for a very entertaining hour.
Shut up! Oh wait, no, that was good.
Great job,
that was a good
Jenna.
comment.
I actually really like this
Genocide?
next
Genocide!
comment.
Genocide. Great job.
I like this comment from Kit Lofstadt that says, I'm starting to think Jeff hates me personally.
It's true.
I am
Do you?
autistic,
Do you?
British, fat, and a fan of the Blues Brothers. What are you coming after next,
Those
Jeff?
are all things Jeff hates.
You know what I hate? The name of that fucking car from Knight Rider. What a piece of shit. Piece of shit car with a shit name.
Yeah, I hear you. Nick Fields, well, this will be our last comment, then we'll get out of here. Nick Fields says, at first I thought it was just Adam, but Jeff on this episode and the outtakes makes me think there should be a there it is dinger or a t-shirt or something.
There it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Yeah, there,
Ding.
there it is.
There's that cunt.
Oh, we had
Oh,
to do
nasty,
it twice.
Jeff. Oh, come on.
Jeff, why are you so gross?
I'm nasty. I'm nasty.
You're a
Fucking
bad
dude.
boy.
You're a cunt.
Nasty
You're both
balls.
Bing bong.
All right, so we should get out of here. Miranda, do you have anything to plug before we go?
Oh, well, we have this podcast, Hard for Cards. You can find it on the internet. Use
We've never
Google.
talked about it before.
We've never talked about it before. Also, we'll read
It's
your
a secret.
cards. Just like, find
Like
us on the
DM,
internet.
slide into our DMs or
Slide
whatever.
into our DMs. We'll read your cards.
No dick pics.
Listen to our podcast.
Hard for Cards on iTunes.
That's hard
with the
space,
4.
the number 4.
Like
and
how
then
Prince
space
would spell it.
cards.
Hard for Cards, and it's on like fucking iTunes and Instagram and shit.
Instagram?
Well,
You
you
guys
can
have an
find us on
Instagram
Instagram. I make these like nice collages of
Yeah,
cards.
if you want to
that are
learn about
pretty funny.
cards, we make a lot of like content.
Like
We put up pictures of
but
dogs
don't worry,
mostly.
it's all dumb. It's
Yeah.
very
Of
dumb.
dogs,
It's for
too,
fun.
A lot of puppies.
Our
Oh, and we both have
Instagram
cute
is
dogs.
our Instagram is just dog pics and then pictures of me and Jeff.
Yeah,
We
like
love that.
once
We'll
every
be sure to
6
follow you
days,
guys.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
picture goes up.
Yeah.
That sounds nice.
Jeff, do you have anything to plug?
Well, Mint on Card is the second Friday of every month. So the next one's July 14th, Bastille Day. We have a lot of really fantastic comics on the lineup. It's at Blast from the Past on beautiful Magnolia in Burbank. Happy belated birthday to Kernan. Excellent fan, been there with us since day one. And a very, very special birthday to Raquel. Happy birthday, Raquel.
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I love you.
Raquel.
I love you, wife. It's your birthday.
Don't be gross.
I'm in love with Raquel.
Don't be gross.
I'm going on record as saying that.
Don't be gross.
Aw.
On record. She's
gross,
the
it's
she's
cute.
the best wife.
Wow.
That made me shut down emotionally.
Yeah. I don't know how to respond to that. You should, if you want to hear all of our podcasts, we do 10 episodes a week.
Oh, shit.
You can subscribe to them all for just $5 a month on our Patreon page. It's patreon.com/unpops. And follow us on Twitter at Unpops, on Instagram. Even though I just said it's all dog pics, it's really not. We post a lot of cool shit.
Dogs are cute, though.
Dogs are great, and we
Dogs
do.
are
Okay, yeah, we don't put it past us. We will post a fucking
There
dog
better
pic
be
on
dogs.
that thing because dogs are amazing. Follow us on Instagram, unpops.podcast, on Facebook, Unpops Network. Do all the things.
All the stuff. Find us on the social medias.
Yeah, and go leave us good ratings and reviews on iTunes.
And watch The Good Wife for fuck's sake.
Watch The Good Wife every day.
FFS.
What?
FFS. It's internet speak for fuck's sake.
Oh, okay.
For
Okay.
fuck's sake.
Well, then FFS for
Yeah.
sure. For
That's-
fuck's sake, for sure.
Don't be that way, Jeff. All right, let's get out of here. Miranda, say goodbye.
Bye.
Lauren, say goodbye.
Bye.
Jeff, say goodbye.
You get the Miranda and Lauren rookie cards, everybody.
Oh my God.
Goodbye.
Shared card.
Goodbye, everybody. We love you.
Bring a blood object to Bristol Street.